The Coral Daily Download on Talk Sport with Coral. Your best bet for breakfast.
8:21, a warm welcome to Dave Stevens from Coral. Steve-o, morning.
Morning, Al. Morning, Brian. A belated Happy New Year to you both.
And
Thank
you. You sound bubbly. Have you been somewhere nice on British Airways or something? Or?
Not yet, Al. No, I'm hoping to. If anyone from British Airways is listening, having a little customer service issue, but I'm sure the world's favourite airline will want to get it sorted.
They've been very, very, they've been lovely, complimentary towards the Talk Sport staff lately, so I don't see your problem.
I'm sure it'll all be sorted. If not, you'll be hearing more.
Steve-o, what we got? What odds have we got? Where do you want to start?
Well, I think we've got to start with tonight's FA Cup matches, haven't we? Scunthorpe versus Chesterfield, the All-League One clash, 15-8 Scunthorpe, 7-5 Chesterfield. Not an awful lot in that one, but of course the biggie is up at Goodison Park. Everton, Mr. Parry's beloved Everton. He backed them at 16s for the FA Cup. They're now 20, so he's shrewd as ever, Mr. Parry.
I don't think he'll be going because I think he's doing the breakfast newspaper review tomorrow, so I think he'll be listening to TalkSport.
Well, his team tonight are at top price 11-10 with us to win this one in 90 minutes. It's West Ham 12-5, and unsurprisingly, bit of money around for the Hammers. They're in great form, obviously, in the Premier League. Everton struggling a bit. 5-2 the draw if we think this one might need a replay. In terms of qualification, it is 8-15 Everton, obviously with that home advantage. 6-4 the Hammers. Al, how do you see it? I mean, do you think it could be Mr. Parry's bet falling at the first hurdle? I mean, the Hammers aren't playing really well.
Yeah, they are, but I've got a feeling for Everton tonight, if I'm being honest. I think it'll be a tough game because West Ham are playing with so much confidence, and Sam is going to play a strong side, but I've just got a feeling for Everton tonight. I do. The other game's an interesting one. Scunny against Chesterfield. They have to go to the iPro Stadium to take on Derby in the next round. That's an even one. I can't call that one Scunny or Chesterfield.
No, so very, very little in that in the betting. In terms of, just going back to the Everton match, I mean, Everton maybe to nick it 1-0, 17-2. I could see the Hammers getting a draw out of this. 1-all's 11-2. Could see this one coming back.
I'd go 1-0 or 2-1 Everton, I think.
Yeah, 17-2. 2-1 is 8-1. Martinez. What has gone wrong there? It's really hard to sort of put your finger on it. I mean, defensively, they look much frailer than last season, but. A man, who did such a good job there last year, Martinez, not dissimilar actually to what's happening at Anfield.
I think you can go back to when the start of, not the slump, but it's not been good. I think Howard was struggling a bit in goal as well, wasn't he? He was, he wasn't at his natural best because he's a top-class goalkeeper for me, but he was struggling. Anyway, what about new managers? What about Newcastle? What about Norwich City? Let's start with Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, the Newcastle saga rolls on, as you'd expect up there, the soap opera that is Newcastle United. We have a new favourite, and it's the former Lyon manager, Remy Gard.
Really?
He would be available. He wouldn't, there wouldn't be any buyout involved. Mr. Ashley, a shrewd businessman, always likes to save a few pennies. So Remy Gard, 3-1 favourite.
Where did that come from?
What, the gamble on Remy Gard? Well, the reports are that there's a short list been drawn up, and it features Remy Gard, Steve McLaren, and Dick Advocaat, the former Dutch manager. Now, Steve McLaren obviously doing a great job at Derby. He's 7-2 second favourite, and Dick Advocaat can be backed at 16s. The likes of Tim Sherwood are in there, 4-1. John Carver, who's obviously got the job at the moment on a temporary basis, 7-1.
No Steve Bruce.
Steve Bruce is in there at 33-1.
I think Stevie. I think if he goes anywhere, it'll be south rather than north, to be honest. What about Norwich? Norwich City, Mike Phelan. I did read this morning somewhere that the process is underway for a new manager. But I'd have thought Mike Phelan, if he comes in and does a half-decent job, it's his.
Yeah, and we agree with you, Al. I mean, the opening betting on this has Mike Phelan as the 5-2 on favourite, obviously, again, taking temporary charge. Knows the club really well. If he gets off to a decent start, temporary charge, I'm sure he'll deserve to be odds-on favourite. Second favourite, a man who's beginning to feel a bit sorry for, Tim Sherwood, 4-1. He's quoted in every single next manager market.
Ex-Norwich, of course, yeah.
Another one who knows the club well would be popular with the fans, 4-1. And another midfielder like Mike Phelan. So they're the two clear sort of favourites at this stage. We're also in the transfer window, of course. This will go on. But one of the players, I'll just pick out Wilfred Boney. Just heard you there talking about his possible move and the demands that would be made in this transfer window. Man City, 6-5 favourites to sign Wilfred Boney for that to be his next destination.
And I heard this morning Aguero could be back shortly as well. So, that'd be a huge boost to get him back, and if they were to get someone like Boney.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing you say about Wilfried Boney...
They'd obviously go favourites in the Premier League betting, wouldn't they?
We spoke about this last week. I'm not sure I spoke to you last week, and then Simon spoke yesterday. I'm surprised there's still the gap between Chelsea and Man City in the title betting. Well, I know City have got to go to Stamford Bridge, but if City get Aguero back, obviously, I mean, the Africa Cup of Nations will obviously take players away. But in terms of Boney, Chelsea 2-1, Liverpool 4-1 to sign him. Chelsea, they actually don't need strikers. Liverpool perhaps do. But just going back to the FA Cup outright, obviously we had the draw sort of taking place before last night's match. Chelsea have hardened as favourites, Brian. You'll be pleased to know 9-2 favourites now.
Another home draw in the fourth round.
Yeah, against lower league, whether it's Millwall or Bradford. So one of those. Man City, they have I'd say a tougher tie. Obviously, Borough visit the Etihad 5-1. Man United, again another fairly straightforward one on paper. You'd think going to Cambridge 11-2. And Liverpool, we've got to talk about Liverpool because it is Cup final day on Steven Gerrard's birthday. Already the headline writers will be dreaming of this one. It's 9-1 Liverpool. On last night's form, you'd have to say they're not looking like potential FA Cup winners. If it wasn't for Steven Gerrard, obviously they'd have gone out. And we heard Suarez was irreplaceable last season. For Liverpool. And Steven Gerrard, even at this mid-30s age that he is now, they are not going to be able to replace him. There will be life without him, but it's going to be tough.